Carita Parks with Bowie TV at day 2 of Ravens training camp, where it was a rainy one, and by rainy I mean an all-out downpour for a vast majority of practice. But for Coach Harbaugh, he saw that as a good thing for this team, especially since they had a couple of rainy games last season. He felt like it was an opportunity for them to get better in those situations, because you can't just snap your fingers and rain falls. So this was a natural opportunity for them to capitalize on the rain, and I felt like it kind of brought the competition out a little more. We saw the defense have a really big day, especially Eddie Jackson, who was just signed the other day. He had a pick 6. After practice, we talked to him, and he said that he felt like coming to the Ravens was the perfect fit for him. Also getting in on the interceptions was rookie Nate Wiggins, and also Tramel Walthor. He picked off Devin Leary. And speaking of big days, Rashad Bateman, he had a very strong showing. He had 3 really good catches in traffic, and that's something that he needs. We talked to him yesterday, and he said he's excited about year 4, and he knows that he'll have a bigger role. So hopefully when Lamar Jackson gets back, who was out again today with an illness, they'll be able to work on their chemistry. But in the meantime, he's building the confidence that he needs to have a breakout season this year, which is hopefully on the horizon for him. Also, in other news, the Ravens signed DB Daryl Worley back to the roster. He is no stranger to the Ravens, and he's healthy now. He had a torn pec, so he is back, and he was suited up and on the practice field today, and Coach Harbaugh said they are excited to have him join the team again. So it was a really, really eventful day. We also had an opportunity to talk to Derrick Henry after today's practice, and this is his first training camp as a Raven. And, you know, he said that this is a new era for him. And I asked him, so if this is a new era, do you have any new goals? He simply said Super Bowl. He said that's it. That's where he's at right now. So what can you say to that? Is Super Bowl or bust again for this team? This is Carita Parks with your Ravens Rundown. Be sure to follow Bowie TV for all your Ravens content at Bowie TV Sports on all platforms.
invigorating? Is it different? How does it compare to all those other years?
Yeah, training camp is just work. I think it's the same. I don't think you try to make too much of it being somewhere different. You're gonna work regardless wherever you're at. You definitely work here, so not too much to it. When you come to training camp, you expect your work. So that's what it is.
Derrick, now that you're a bit
curious,
more...
your thoughts on, I saw the tweet from the Titans reporter who was kind of scolding Titans fans who are still rooting for you.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
No, I'm just like, man, I know all this stuff is what you're talking about. I mean, if they want to, I appreciate it. If they don't, I understand. But I was just like, why are we talking about this right now? I mean, there's other stuff we can talk about. And Titans training camp is coming up. I'm over here, so I'm all good. Appreciate if you do, and if you don't, I understand too. So.
Derrick, after being here for a few months now, you have probably an idea what it's going to be like when you sign versus now. What have you learned over the last couple of months about what the possibilities may be for this offense?
Yeah, I don't want to get too much in, possibilities, but everything that I imagine. The work here, the culture, the brotherhood that they have. Grateful to be here. Excited for the opportunity. Putting the work in now in training camp, just so the things that we want to happen will happen, but not getting to like any possibilities or making any predictions. Just put the work in now, and then let it all come together when it's time to suit up and get some dubs.
Hey Derrick, I know you said training camp is work, and as you move on, I'm sure it's a grind. But how, I guess, reinvigorating is it for you coming in, new surroundings, new teammates, new scheme, and everything like that this far into your career?
Yeah, I mean it's a new start, but like you said, I've been coming in since OTAs, and I'm excited for the opportunity. It's a different era for me, so I'm just excited for everything, embracing every day, and putting the work in so I can showcase it when it's time.
Derrick, what excites you about this offense?
Just the playmakers that we have, and their abilities. Playing against them and watching from afar and being their teammate, I think it's pretty cool. And just excited to see what everybody does this year, and then putting the work in together through training camp on all three phases, and going out there and being explosive and doing great things to help this team and being a great offense.
Derrick, I'm sure you're plenty motivated right now for the season, but you hear people talk about the running back position and they look at 30 as kind of the age where they feel like running backs aren't peaking anymore. How do you look at that, and is that any extra motivation for you just to show that you can still play at a high level?
Yeah, I think I can control what I can control by what I do and how I work, and my approach to my job every day. I think that's always going to be said when a running back gets up in age. That's the other stigma on the position. But I just focus on me being healthy, doing my job when I'm here, and then let my play speak for my age and everything else.
Derrick, speaking of you controlling what you can control, reading about you in The Athletic over the weekend, have you not eaten a meal today?
Well, I usually wait until like 12 or 1 o'clock. So in Tennessee, we practice at early in the morning, and then I wouldn't eat until after practice. But we practice at 1 here, so I can't go out on the field and not have nothing in my stomach. But I ate my spinach, kale, avocado this morning, and then around lunchtime, I just put a little something in my stomach, not nothing heavy. But I don't really try to eat until later.
How long have you had that sense of discipline about taking care of your body? It's like, where does that come from? Was that something that was natural to you that you always wanted to do, or did you have to really teach yourself to do that?
Because before I was eating whatever I wanted, chicken wings, pizza, anything. I was like, dang, that's not going to sustain it. So I just challenged myself to try to see if I can do it. It's always been a certain type of culture and the style of play that the Ravens play, and something that I was excited to come be a part of.
Derrick, you always hear about wear and tear when it comes to running back, especially when someone who's carried the ball as much as you have.
Yeah.
You look like you're in pretty good. Do you feel wear and tear at all?
No, I mean I feel good. I mean I don't really try to worry about that. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. Like ever since high school, Sometimes I got 56 carries in the game, 57 the next week. College 44, 46. NFL 30, 35. It just, I really think it's just your mindset and how you take care of your body, and not get too caught up on who he say, she say. If it works and you feel good, and just keep working and keep doing what you do.
Derrick, but when you see Kyle Hamilton flying around, Nate Wiggins getting picked today, Odafe flying off the edge, but how impressed have you been by this young core on defense?
Yeah, they were definitely flying around today. Kyle, he's one of the best safeties in the league. Nate comes from Clemson, being a top player, first round pick. That's what you expect out of him. I'm excited to see them through training camp and see how better they get, put it all together as a defense. But it was definitely exciting to see them flying around making plays this early, for sure.
Derrick, you call this a new era for yourself. Are there any new goals that you have that you like outlined for moving forward?
Super Bowl.
Okay, that's a new goal.
Super Bowl. I mean, that's always been the goal, but Super Bowl is definitely where I'm at now. So yeah, I didn't have chances and got close, but that's what it is right now.
Is that something Lamar would say the same thing to that same question? Is that something you and he have talked about a bit, the Super Bowl dreams?
No, that's what we know. I mean, that's just what we want to do. That's the expectation. That's what we expect. And it starts out here, but that's definitely a main goal and the number one goal for me is the Super Bowl.
You wish it was full contact on rainy days like this?
Say it again?
You wish it was full contact on rainy days like this?
Hell yeah, because we feel like we can't do nothing. We just got jerseys on. That's when it's raining, slipping, can't even run with your shoulders. So yeah, it's different with jerseys, but the pads be on pretty soon.
All right, thank you.
BK last year and how that turned out for him, was that part of the reason? Say, I'll do a little bit of that too.
I had to tap in. What are you doing, man? Something what you're reading, what you're watching. So it was good to see him work and have a good camaraderie with the brothers. Also work with David, see how he's doing as well. So it was good work.
Odafe, what was your thought when Mike McDonald was hired away, and what's your first impression of Zach Moore as coordinator?
Obviously, Mike's a good coordinator, great coordinator. So it was sad to see him leave, but also was happy for him to get a great opportunity to be a head coach. I feel like that was something that he really wanted. I'm happy that he got it, but Zach is good, probably just as good as well. So he's gonna have a good opportunity to show that. Zach brings a different style, more of like just kind of relatable style and physical, more so kind of the same thing, but. I'm really excited just to see, what he's going to bring to this type of defense.
How is Zach being a former player an asset in his new role?
That's what I'm saying. He was a former player, so he kind of, understands, what we go through, certain fits, certain, speeds of the game and stuff like that. So it's going to be a different perspective, having him as a DC.
Kind of a big picture level, how would you describe your mentality going into this season?
I'm God. I know who I am. I know what I can do. A lot of the plays that I know I can make are gonna be there, right there for me, and it's just for me to go and take it. So I'm ready.
You mentioned the surgery. I don't think that's something that John told us about. Is that just a minor thing?
Yeah, it's a minor thing. Quick fix.
You guys had obviously a great year defensively last year, kind of across the board. Some changes, lose guys like Jadavian, etc. Do you feel like any pressure at this point, any more so than any other year for you?
No. Same time around this year, before Jadavian wasn't even here, same mentality. You guys didn't even know that we were going to get 60 sacks last year, so this is kind of the same mentality. We're just trying to hunt. We're going to continue to hunt, continue to get better on the truck. Still got Kyle. Kyle made a lot of great plays for us as well, so I'm very grateful for what Jadavian brought. And also taught me and everything, but it's the next man up. So we're ready.
After facing Derrick Henry the last couple of years, to have him now be a part of this team, what does it mean? And then to get to know him a little bit, see him up close in person like this, what are your impressions?
Yeah, he's a freak, physical specimen. You look like you can play the end. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the team. I'm just happy he's on our side.
It's your second year with Chuck Smith. What do you think is the biggest thing that he's added to your game so far, and what are you looking to work with him on most this year?
I'll probably say like the mentality of being, just dominant pass rusher, a plan, he has something that he always said, like finish the rep with a rip. So, bringing that as well. Just trying to be a savant in pass rushing. He brings that to the table.
Odafe, you know what goes along with being a first-round pick. What has stood out to you about Nate Wiggins and his approach, as he gets things started?
He's confident. He's real intentional about everything he does. Keeps his head down, just trying to work. He's fast, physical, and stuff like that. So he's gonna have a good year.
Yeah, I unfortunately haven't seen a lot of the job of the first couple of seasons, obviously. What should people know about him, the work that you see that he puts in? What should fans know?
Yeah, he's ready. He's just waiting to show you guys all it, when it's sharpened and ready. And I have complete faith in him. He's a guy where he just wants everything to be all together before he shows it. He's gonna be ready, trust me. He looks good, real good. And I saw a lot of that when we were in Atlanta. I see it now. I have a lot of confidence in him. Good.
Good. All right, thank you, Odafe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Becoming a Raven, work out, and if you interact with different players throughout the process here.
It was just pretty much, I came here on a visit, met with the coaches, a lot of the training staff, equipment staff, people like that, and it felt like a perfect fit, and just knowing what they have in this building and the tradition of things, I just knew it would have been. It's a perfect fit for me to come in and compete and do what I got to do to help the team get better and hopefully win the Super Bowl.
Is there something scheme-wise they do or philosophy-wise that they do where you feel like, hey, this is a snug fit for my role?
Really just the defense. You look at the guys, the type of talent they have on the defense side of the ball, man, it's from the front to the back. So, being able to come in and plug in as much as possible and whatever role that I can do to contribute to that is huge. So, that went into a lot of thought about it on making the decision as well.
Playing with Roquan, again, behind Roquan, what's that experience like? And is there a comfort factor that just kind of lends itself to it?
Man, it's fun. I played Ro for 5 years, so just knowing the type of person he is, the type of player he is, the type of leader he is, and what he brings to the team, and as well as the defense, every Sunday when he steps on the field. Just knowing his mentality, him going out there, flying around, making plays, wanting to put everything on his shoulder, wanting everybody to follow him and, kind of mirror him and how he plays the game. It's something special, and just to be back with him, man, to be reunited, it's cool.
What's the biggest challenge coming in when just as training camp begins and everything is new? How do you get through that?
Man, just come in here and work. Keep your head down, blinders on, and just continue to work. Like I said, it's a great group of guys in that locker room. So everyone is so open with open arms. It's so welcome. So it felt like I'm right at home. I know a lot of the guys. I grew up with a lot of the guys in the locker room from the same place. So it just felt, like I said, it just felt natural. And even the staff, everyone around the building just been treating me so well. Everyone's been so welcoming, and so it's easy.
And what are you looking to show? A two-time Pro Bowler, one of the best safeties in the game a few years ago. Now coming back kind of from the injury and the foot and all that, what are you looking to show?
That I'm still the type of player that I know I am. That I still can go out there, I can compete, I can fly around, make plays, and just things like that. And I can come in and contribute to a team. I know the type of person I am off the field as well. Just want to show that around the league and to everyone.
Hey, what did we go back to Roquan? Did he share with you any thoughts on what it's like to play here, and what were those conversations again?
We had a brief conversation, nothing too deep. He just sent me a text like, "Look, let's get to work. Glad to have us back." We had a little chat, about the defensive scheme, that I love it, how they play, how the guys fly around, and how they use the guys in the back end especially. So just things like that.
And what's the thing of joining a contender? A team that, you look at this team, they've got a real shot. I know Chicago's been like tough couple of years. What's it like to join a team that's got a real shot?
Man, it's just when you're going out there, you working towards something. Not saying that wasn't the thing in Chicago, but the results didn't show up when it came to the record. But seeing, like I said, the roster, the record, and what these guys have been able to do over these last few years, and even last year, how close they came. I'm just coming in trying to be that missing piece on that back end of that defense and doing whatever I can to contribute and help us eventually accomplish the Super Bowl.
And how excited are you to be joining the safety room with guys like Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams as well?
Man, it's crazy, man. I feel like this is probably the most deep and competitive DB room I done had since Alabama with Minka, Ronnie, and Marlon, and just to be back there with Cal and Marcus and those guys been able to help me. teach me things, answer any question I have. Even with some of the younger guys, I've been looking at them for help, just learning the playbooks and things like that. So it's definitely special.
You said you grew up with some of these guys. I know Zay Flowers had mentioned the Florida guy. Who do you remember from this team that you might have played with or against growing up?
Man, me and Zay, it's like basically like my little cousin. I've seen him since he was small. X-Man when he had the silver teeth. So I knew Zay, Trayvon Mullins, Marlon, Derrick Henry from college. So just being reunited with guys, them guys, man, it makes it feel so much special.
If you look at Derrick Henry now and you see, are you marvel here he is at 30 and still looking like he did in college?
Man, that's just D. Henry. He was looking like that since high school. So it doesn't surprise me. Like I was telling the guys today, man, when D. Henry first walked on the field, when I seen him at Alabama, I couldn't believe how big he was. You seen the film, him being a Florida guy, then you seen him in person, it's like he's a creative player off a game.
Did you think you'd get an interception in just your second practice as a Raven, a pick six?
I mean, you just go out there and work and you play ball. The coaches put us in great position to make plays on the ball. It's just on us to come up with it and do the rest.
I know you haven't seen him yet, but a lot of defenders that end up coming here are happy they don't have to go against Lamar Jackson anymore. So what's the thought of that like?
Man, I've been a fan of LJ since we was younger. Like, we grew up probably 15 minutes from each other, so watching him play since he was younger as well. He played for the Pompano Cowboys, and I played for a lot of the Lakes Vikings. Just always been a fan of his game, and basically call him my cousin because we both Jacksons, but to be on the same team as him is, it's like one of those type of feelings. And just seeing what he brings to this game, to this league, and just how he's himself all the time, and just how everyone rallies around him. It's special.
All right, Eddie, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, it's a part of an opportunity when you get rain like this because you can't create rain when it's not raining. So we're going to play games in rain. We had numerous games in rain last year, so to get that work was plus for us.
Was Lamar close or kind of same as yesterday?
I couldn't really say. He's still sick. Couldn't make it through that.
Coach, can you tell us the players that Rashad Bateman has someone good in that state?
Say it again?
Rashad Bateman, can you tell us the progress of?
Right. Rashid Ali, I thought he had a really good day today. He looked good, quick, made some catches, coming along nicely.
John, we saw you guys brought back Darryl Worley. What does he bring to this defensive sector?
Well, yeah, Darryl Worley, veteran player, been here a long time. I think he's been a big part of the Ravens here since he got here. Physical presence in the back end, physical presence on special teams. Healthy now, he got the tear that he had in the pec heel. And he was excited to get back. We're excited to have him back.
Coach, Nate Wiggins intercepted today. How quickly is he going to acclimate it to the team, the secondary?
Right. Nate's been looking good, working on technique. Again, only the second day. A nice play, great technique, nice and square in man coverage there, and made the pick. It was a nice play. He actually came running right back through the middle of the field, which you're supposed to not do that, but that was where I was standing, and I was just happy that he didn't hit me, and then I went around. So that was nice. But he was coming very fast, very fast.
What have been your first impressions of Eddie Jackson?
Great demeanor, Eddie Jackson. Seems like he's picking up the defense. I mean, he's only been here for, a little over 24 hours or so, and he didn't make any mistakes today that I saw. So, but he's going to be digging in that playbook really hard, and he looks good.
We're going to hear from Oweh later. We saw Oweh in the backfield a lot today. How has he looked to you, and what are you kind of hoping for him this year?
He's looked very good. Odafe's looked very good, and I'm hoping that he has, I guess you'd call it a breakout year, if you want to call it that. Make those plays in the quarterback. He had a lot of pressures last year. Take it to the next level and go ahead and get the guy and get the quarterback on the ground. Probably, I'm sure he wants to do that. And then continue to be an explosive player. Really unique skill set. I mean, he can really move and run around and be disruptive. So that's what I'm hoping for and expecting.
I know you're ramping up, but when you don't have Lamar at the beginning, do you change anything schedule-wise or what you're trying to do?
We don't. We just stay right on schedule, and he'll merge in when he gets here. And that's what you do with anybody really in that situation.
Obviously, difficult conditions today for throwing the ball, and your defense is very, active in making plays. But are there specific strides for the quarterbacks behind Lamar that you'd like to see by the time camp ends to be shored up there?
Certainly. I mean, you want your quarterbacks behind your starting quarterback to be prepared to play.
you know, to be prepared to go in there and win for you, play starting quarterback level football. You know, they're not going to play like the starter. They're going to play their way. But you want them to be ready to do that, have command of the offense, and be ready to win for you.
John, we're going to be talking to Derrick Henry also today, and you've had so many battles with him over the years that you've seen him on the field. Have you learned anything since you've actually, you know, been on the same team together? Anything that you've kind of stood out to you?
Yeah, I guess the main thing that stood out is like just what a great guy he is, what a hard worker, what a pro. You know, he's so diligent, great shape, and diligent about every play, everything he does. You know, you can see why he's been so successful.
John.
Seeing Arthur Millette, both him and Kyle Hamilton, both making impact plays from the nickel. Looks like they're both getting kind of moved around on the field today. Is there a value to having both of them on the field at the same time? Is that something you're trying to create and make a setup for?
Well, certainly. I mean, what you'll see is personnel groups with different guys in different spots. So, you know, the basic personnel group and with Arthur at nickel is a group, you know, and then you've got a group with Marlon at nickel. You know, you've got a group with Kyle down there in that spot. Kyle could be over the dime. So I think that's the beauty of what you have an opportunity to do, and a lot of guys to play at a starter level, to be on the field, mix it up a little bit, and create problems for offense.
John, Rashad had some nice catches out there today. Is that a case of sort of, I realize it's practice and so forth, but it's a case of sort of success breeds more success and confidence?
I think that's true, right? You know, it's like all of us, you know, you do some good things and more good things seem to come, hopefully, but Rashad's been working to make plays. To see him come out and make those catches, those are great catches, you know, traffic catches. One catch he plucked off the ground there, so I was excited. Everybody was fired up about it, but that's what we expect from Rashad Bateman. He's expected to be a top receiver in the league for us. You know, that's what we're planning on. So to see him true to form today was nice to see. All set? Great, thanks.
Yeah.